welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here today. So today's reading is a monthly reading for July 2025 for the Earth sign Capricorn. Capricorn, I've shuffled off camera to save a bit of time, so we are ready to jump into this. For the reading, I'm using the Gilded Tarot deck by Sarah Marchetti, using the, I need to clarify, the Elemental Wisdom Tarot, and at the end I'll be pulling an Ask Your Guides Oracle card, okay? All right, Capricorn, so we start off with, wow, starting off powerful here. Major Arcana number 7 at the center of our spread, the Chariot. And the Chariot is associated with the water sign of Cancer, okay? But it represents movement. So there's movement, could be moving across land here, right? This could be also, for some of you, you might be looking at exchanging cars or buying a car, traveling by car or by, sort of a bus or something that takes you across the country. Or it could be it's forward momentum. It's also a card of victory. The Chariot, it's a card of victory, but a victory that has been, you've worked hard at this victory, so it hasn't just been handed to you on a silver platter. So a hard fought for victory, but victory nonetheless, and forward movement. So moving, some of you might be looking to move, or at least, beginning the process in the month of July. And it's crossed by what could help or hinder it. Beautiful. This is Major Arcana, the Empress. So number 3 of the Major Arcana is associated with is Earth and Air energy, with the Earth sign of Taurus and the air sign of Libra. But it's it has to do with growth potential. 3s in the tarot are very much about expansion and growth and abundance. And this particular Empress, for some of you, it could have to do with birth. She does represent like pregnancy, news of the birth of a child. Some of you might be giving birth at this time, or somebody around you. But it's also about the the growth potential, and if it's helping or hindering this Chariot. So this move, or moving in this new direction, there's definitely growth. Sorry, just moving the camera so we can get everything in. Growth and abundance attached to that. In the deep past, we have the Knight of Wands. This is fire energy. Could be dealing with a fire sign individual, sort of a middle-aged, fire sign individual, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. But knights, typically, they bring in offers, right? These knights go off on quests, and then they come back with an offer. In the case of Wands, it could be an offer to do with a new job, right? So Wands is fire energy, and we usually think of it as being like the work that we do, our own drive, passion, determination, ambition associated with that particular, our profession. Could also be like creative projects and endeavors, but it's news, but actually the offer coming in. So when, depending on when you watch the reading, you might have already received this offer. For others, it still could be coming in the month of July. We have in the recent past the Nine of Cups, beautiful energy. So water energy deals with our emotions, feelings, right, relationships. And the Nine of Cups is the minor arcana version of the star card. So it's wish fulfillment, having all of your wishes come true. So it's a very it's a very positive energy. So there's something to do with wish fulfillment. So this new offer coming in, it could be sort of that offer that you have always dreamed of, that dream job, something that is going to bring you great joy, right? You've been waiting for quite a long time for this, but it's coming in here, or it's coming in the month of July. Crowning your reading, we have the Knight and the Page. So the Page of Wands. So again, the fire sign and energy. But pages, they typically bring in news. So it's crowning you. You're waiting for this news to come in. News about a new job, right? News about this new creative project or endeavor. And we have kind of the Knight of Wands facing forward, looking into the future. This Page of Wands is looking backwards. So if he's looking backwards, as in looking back to the past, could be looking back to something that you used to do or somewhere where you used to live. If it's sort of looking back to the recent past here, this could be, again, like concentrating on or focusing on this job, or, whatever this project is. It's one that could be attached to the past or brings you great joy, right? Either way, however you look at it, it's all very, very positive so far. Wow, another major arcana in the near future, the High Priestess. This is number 2 of the major arcana associated with the water sign of Cancer. And this is, the High Priestess is very intuitive, very in tune with her intuition. She sits between the physical realm and the spiritual realm, kind of, guarding, like lifting the veil, guarding this like boundary or threshold between both. So she's she's a beautiful energy to have. So you could be listening, really tuning in, honing those intuitive skills. That could be messages coming through at nighttime in your dreams as well. So definitely, and it does sit in the future position. So over the next few weeks, pay, even if you do so normally, but pay closer attention to the messages that you're receiving, right? Could be messages coming in from your guides. So paying attention to signs, synchronicities, repeating numbers, what you're thinking when, one of these, say you're driving in the car and you see like a bus coming towards you and the bus number is like, 333 or 444, like pay attention to what you're thinking at that time. It's really the universe trying to communicate with you, okay? You appear with the Justice card as the Justice. So this is major arcana number 11, and the Justice card is associated with the air sign of Libra. Might be dealing with a Libra, or you might just be feeling that, whatever is coming in for you this month, it's like finally karmic justice is being served. So yeah, I get even though going back to the 9 of Cups over here, even though it typically isn't associated with like the past, or, I get something connected to the past and the way that either you've been treated in the past or, a situation that you've gone through in the past. Even if we're sticking with the career, obviously it's going to be different for everybody watching, but I'm getting more to do with like your career. If you've been looked over for a promotion in the past, or, you've tried to go for a position in the past, it hasn't worked out, there's karmic justice being served here. So the scales of justice are being balanced out, right? Things are finally starting to go in your favor in the month of July. Well, there's a significant number of major arcana. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 major arcana so far. So that tells me that, this is a month where there's a lot of divine orchestration at play. And even if you have been waiting quite a while for something to happen, it hasn't happened for a reason, right? And as much as we try to sort of let go and, allow for the universe to do what it does and to put opportunities into our life when they're meant to come into our lives, it's not always easy. So it's difficult. So we have this strength card reminding us that, just keep going in the direction that you're going. Have the inner strength and determination, knowing that, things are starting to definitely come in for you this month, and everything is happening in divine timing. Wow, your hopes and fears. Yeah, you're hoping for this new offer, okay? You're hoping to be in this position where you are choosing between 2 different paths. So 2 of Wands comes in, it's the crossroads card, right? It's about choosing between two things. So this could be choosing between where you're currently working and going in the new direction, a new job offer. With it being fire energy again, it could have to do with, staying where you are currently working or taking the new job, staying where you're currently living or going to a new location. And, I think that if there is this decision, you're hoping that you're going to be moving in the new direction, right? You're ready to set off in down this new path. Wow. And the outbinder energy, you have the full new beginnings, right? This is the 0 of the major arcana. It's the first of the major arcana cards. And it's associated with the air sign of Aquarius, and it's new beginnings, right? It's brand new cycles starting up. But it's also about, again, going back to the strength card, like having that strength and also just trusting in the universe, trusting that the universe has your back. So there's a lot of repeating messages here with, trusting the universe, staying the course, knowing that divine timing is at play here, but brand new cycles. And this is it's not an insignificant cycle. This is a very important new cycle starting up in your life that could last, sort of the the next 20 years or so, right? It isn't one that's just starting up and is going to be over next month. This is putting you on a brand new path. It's going to bring in a lot of wonderful new things into your life. Yeah, and overall energy. We have the Three of Wands. This is, so you've made the choice. This decision has been made. Hold on one second. I'll just have to pause here. Sorry about that. There was somebody at the door. So apologies if I am repeating myself here, but the Three of Wands is the overall energy. This is, you've made the decision with the Two of Wands, and you're now, standing on the cliff top, staring out to sea, waiting for your ships to come in, representing, waiting to see what type of return on investment you're going to get from this decision that you've made. The three, again, we have the three here. We have the three with the Empress, expansion, growth potential. The Three of Wands can also represent travel. You can see there's a boat here. So it might be, and we had the travel with the Chariot card. So traveling to somewhere by water, near water. It could be traveling over water. This opportunity could be overseas, at a distance. But however you look at this reading, I mean, it's a wonderful reading for the month. I don't need to clarify anything. This, I mean, it looks like very clear messages. If this is to do, I'm really not getting relationship, but if it is a relationship, again, there could be, there could be a pregnancy, there's growth potential, there could be, with this fire sign energy coming through here, there's wish fulfillment. So, this could be sort of this dream type of relationship, new cycles beginning within that relationship. But yeah, I'm picking up more that it has to do with your career and, that side of your life. All right, let's go ahead and shuffle here. We'll get one message from the Ask Your Guides Oracle deck. So looking for one additional message here for the Earth sign of Capricorn for the month of July 2025. Yeah, July looks like a pivotal month for you, Capricorn. Push those in, there's more than one card. Looks like a pivotal month with where things are very much out of your control, right? This is, so you really, as hard as it is for us to eat, as much, even though I know it's easy for us to say, no, things happen in divine timing. It's not easy. So try to, as best you can, understand that things are unfolding in the time that they are meant to unfold. Okay, but very, very positive and significant changes, and changes that are going to have long-lasting effects in your life. Okay, so we have, as our additional message here, we have despair. This is number 29, nature spirit. So let me find the guidebook. Whoops, put that up there. And let me read you the full description from the guidebook. So number 29. So 2 and 9, that's 11. 1 and 1 is 2. So 11 is also sort of the portal, right? The 1-1, but could also be the, going back to that 2 of Wands, the chain decisions, right? Choosing one path over the other. So the card says despair, nature, spirits, despondency, desperation, and apprehension. Whether you call it a bad mood, a bad day, a feeling of complete desolation and despair has you in its grip. All seems bleak. Generally difficult situations may be causing true anxiety, but it's more likely that your fears are exaggerating things way out of proportion. Fortunately, your nature spirits are on hand, luring you out of your inner despair and rerouting your attention back to nature. They urge you to stop dwelling on problems for the time being and go outside, breathe the air, smell the grass, take a walk, notice the wind, come back to earth, back to the moment, back to the beauty and bounty your divine mother offers. If you're feeling trapped in an emotional maze of fear and drama, your only way back to balance and clarity is to get grounded in the moment and return to the natural world. Let your nature spirits lead you to Mother Earth, as she will calm and comfort your soul. The message for you is, get back to nature. Yeah, and I feel that, again, going back to this strength card, right? And needing to have that inner strength. I feel that you could be, it could be quite, can make you feel quite anxious, right? Or it could be quite difficult to just wait and allow for all of these events to come into your life. So it's about having the inner strength and determination, but also, a need to get back outside. So get out in nature, right? Go out for a walk, ground yourself, right? Walk if possible, walk outside and walk on grass, walk on on the earth barefoot. It's just try to reconnect. And, you know, by doing that, try to, if possible, meditate, even if it's just for, you know, a couple of minutes. Just quiet your mind, meditate. You know, there's definitely a lot of divine orchestration at play in the month of July for you, Capricorn. So I do hope that the messages have helped. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for an amazing month of July. Bye for now.